His destiny to walk these sands, you know. To join with the pride of Alkosh. But greed drenched his heart like a freezing rain, sapping all its warmth. And so, it fell on your shoulders to walk this path instead. Dragons, yes. And something far worse as well. Latvulan, the demon from the east. It was not enough to seal it away. You must succeed where Jadari failed. You must banish the demon unto eternity, as Alkosh wills. Latvulan is the torment of chaos. A shadow wearing a scaly hide. It seeks to drench this world in anguish, as is its very nature. It will pave the way for another. A new moon filled with darkness. Then the tapestry of time shall unravel. Alkosh watches we mortals with a weary eye. He will lend his power to one worthy, yes. But only if we are granted the aid of his blood. Only a dragon's power can awaken the mask. You seem willing. Can you say the same of Nafalar? Of course, Mask Bearer. Jadari is sure you have many questions. Just don't expect too many answers, yes? It is not a place, but a story that has been and will be told time and time again. We are within the tapestry and without it, wrapped up tightly in its threads, even as we desperately try to untangle them. Alkosh is he who weaves the tapestry, and also he who is the threads. They unspool from the tip of his tail. When the thread ends, there will be nothing. We are all woven into his tapestry, Walker. We are always within the realm of time. Perhaps that is why Alkosh entrusted the Khajiit with his secrets, no? Jadari was born under eclipsed moons, yet was destined to never become main. And as she listened to the moons, they sang to her a song as sweet as candied moon sugar, until the day their song became the steady beat of drums. The darkness of Lorkhaj had stained her soul, the bruising purple of spilled wine. Soon, all she could hear was beautiful, terrible whispers. And so this one decided to make her way to the sands behind the stars, before she was forever lost. But Kenarthi carried Jadari not above to the stars, but into the darkness that had settled in this one's heart. Jadari was given two gifts, a lantern to guide, and a sword to protect, and both shined with Alkosh's divine light. You walked the halls of the High Main, have you not? You proved yourself worthy, and were gifted the Mask of Alkosh. Those trials, those halls, they reflect Jadari's battle, deep in her heart. A battle that she won. Jadari was gifted the Mask of Alkosh, and told you compare the sands of the hourglass to the moments which pass through time. Can they truly be the same? But then, are they truly so different? It is one answer only the Dragon King knows. Perhaps not in a way so easily understood. Just know that the Dragon King guides you now, just as he... Go before him, Dragon Guard. It should only take a few words. Do you remember Nafalar? Words to mend the tapestry?
Dragon King above, Bormahu Hanzu. This mortal is worthy. Wavokri Krentid. They shall mend your threads.
The mask awakens. Go now. Harness the might of Alkosh to overcome the demon from the east. As it was always meant to be.
Our strength is now one, Akatuz. Let us finish this.
Reach the surface this way. Let's move out. The cultist used the Aeon Stone to empower Lotfalan. We must hurry!
The time has come, Akatuz. Cleave through your enemies with the might of Alkosh.
The time has finally come to defeat Lotfalan once and for all. He falls this day, or we do.
While I prepare the ritual. Come, my brothers and sisters! Lend me your aid!
upon my might.
The time has finally come to defeat Lot Vallon once and for all. He faults this day, or we do.
The time has come, Lot Vallon. Our battle shall end here.
Must aid Nathalar. Dragon Guard, to me!
I know not how these mortals revived you, but they shall not do so again. I am your foe. You shall face me. Have you no more corpses to call upon, Lot Vallon? I need only my own might to defeat you. Fukradi! Now, little mask bearer, let us see how you handle my true might. Strengthens me. I will not be so easily defeated. We shall see about that.
No fear! Zaji has arrived!
We'll handle this rabble.
We'll cover you! Protect Nathalar!
Fokradi! I should have killed you long ago, Mask Bearer! Nothing but ash remains. May, you have no hope of defeating me! Cannot be stopped. Fokradi! You think you can win? I am Onslaught! You cannot end me! Undone! A hollow victory, Mask Bearer. The new moon shall rise. Well fought, Dragon God. Lot Vulan is slain. Now I shall ensure that nothing remains.
We fought hard for this victory, Dragon Guard. To save the people of Elsewhere, of all Tamriel, from Lot Vulan's tyranny. But our battle does not end here. Like those who came before, we'll fight the dragons that plagued this land until the day that plague ends. And for all those who lost their lives today, I say this prayer. May your flames burn eternal.
You should have seen the battle, Mother. Flames and ice, swords and arrows. It was spectacular.
Mother must say, slaying dragons is certainly a step up from stealing temple heirlooms.
You'll never let that one go, will you?
Hello there, hero. Have time for a chat? We did it. Senshal is finally safe from Lotvulan and the Order of the New Moon. There are other dragons to contend with, of course, but we'll defeat those too, won't we? Just like the Dragon Guard of legend. I've actually been thinking a lot about that, our order. I honestly wonder if it will last. Maybe Zaji and Casca will get bored and seek out another adventure. Maybe another threat will call Saisahan away. A little. But mostly the thought makes me sad. I've come to think of the Dragon Guard as a family of sorts. And I fear that if the Order disbanded, if there was no longer a reason to fight, I would lose that. I know. There's no shortage of work. I'm just being silly is all. But then there's also this feeling that our battle isn't truly over. Which is an even scarier thought, isn't it? What is the new moon that the cult worshipped? How did Lotvulan plan to rule over Tamriel? They're just questions that keep bouncing around in my head. It might be nothing, but I'm just not sure this is over yet.
Excellent fighting out there, Dragon God. Of course, your work isn't done. There remain plenty of dragons for your order to slay. But I swear to you, from here on, that the shields of Senshal will aid you however we can. We'll continue to protect Senshal and its citizens, of course. Try our best to keep order. But I do have plans beyond that. One day, the shields of Senshal will protect all of Palatine. No more hiding behind city walls. As much as I would like to keep my daughter by my side, I don't think that would be wise. She's grown so much during her time with the Dragon Guard. Her place is here. I couldn't be prouder of the woman she has become.
Zaji knew we could do it. There was never a doubt in his mind. After all, we are the Dragon Guard, right? The scourge of dragons far and wide. Well, Zaji will admit there was 1 or 2 moments of doubt, but they passed by very quickly. He hardly noticed them at all. You know, Walker, forget it. At the danger of sounding boorish, Zaji just wanted to thank you for all that you've done. When this one left Black Heights, it was to seek adventure and glory, and so he bought a fine vessel and assembled a gallant crew. However, adventure and glory is a bit hard to seek out. It's not often you come upon signposts asking for mighty heroes to save the kingdom. Well, maybe you do. Seems like you have that sort of luck. The point is that Saisahan was right to doubt Zaji and his crew. We were smugglers, not heroes. Ruffians trying to make enough gold to get by. And then you came along and asked us to take you here, to this island. And now the Moon Singers will tell stories of us for generations to come. So, thanks for giving Zaji a chance to become the hero he always knew he could be. And for letting us come along with you on this unbelievable adventure.
Quiet, you beef-witted louse.
Greetings.
Congratulations on the win, Mask Bearer. Just do not brag about it, yes? I get enough of that from Zaji. Not dead, which is better than I expected. It all worked out though, didn't it? Elia protected Senchal, Zaji became a hero, Saisahan ended a grave threat to Tamriel, and you got to be the mighty hero at the center of it all. I'm a simple Senchrat walker. There was an enemy, and I killed it. What greater satisfaction is there? My only regret was not killing Latvolan sooner. Many of my people died because of him and his cult. And all for their own protection. They were too afraid to fight the dragons that terrorized their land, and so they joined with forces that they did not understand. And many suffered because of that. I won't forget that. But there's still dragons in Elsewhere. Cruel, terrible dragons who want nothing more than to kill and destroy and conquer. And I won't let them. As the moons are my witness, I will hunt them all down, every last one.
Damned wizards. Chisbari will make...
I may not be able...
If you come to hunt dragons, let us speak. If not, be off. Chisbari has no stomach for small talk. Dragons sail across Elsewhere, burning everything in their wake.
Just the warrior I wanted to speak to. At long last, we defeated the Black Beast. Today we finished a battle the Dragon Guard began centuries ago. A fitting start to our own order, I must say. Brooding as usual. Nephilar may have pulled through as our ally, but he's still not one for socializing with mere mortals. He did say he wished to speak to you when you returned. If the subject comes up, let Nephilar know that he's welcome to recover in our sanctum. He's our ally, and the Dragon Guard takes care of its own. Far more confident of our Dragon Guard, I must admit. When we first formed our order, all I saw was a ragtag band of smugglers, ill-experienced and naive in the ways of battle. Ah, yes, young Aelia. How could I forget? But now I look around me and I see soldiers. Tried and true. Warriors who are willing to lay down their lives to protect Elsewhere. And if that's not in the spirit of the Dragon Guard, I don't know what is. Captain? Yes, I suppose I am, aren't I? It's been a long time since I last held that rank. I failed to uphold my duty then. I allowed my Emperor to die, and watched as our empire fell into the clutches of Daedra. And now I have another chance to make things right. Not in the Empire, perhaps, but here in a land that has a great need for a Dragon Guard to watch over it. And I expect your help as well, my friend. As always.
An excellent battle, Akatus. Your might helped seal Latvulan's fate. He shall never challenge me again. Indeed, and our foes seem to thwart us at every turn. Latvulan killed Yagrandu before he could join our alliance, and his corpse was turned against us. The cult destroyed Pride Home in their efforts to acquire the mask of Alkosh. Though it was no easy task to do so, the halls of the High Main presents challenges that few dare to face. Yet you conquered them all and proved worthy of Alkosh's divine power. A feat few mortals can claim. You have certainly proved yourself worthy of the Mask of Alkosh. Just do not expect it to ensure all your victories. Its power was only awakened through our connection. With my departure, it shall be but a mask. Not yet. We defeated Lot Vulan, but I sense another power lurking in elsewhere. Something dark that threatens to disrupt my father's order. When the time comes for you to face it, I shall aid you. I give you my word. And keep the mask. It suits you.
My friend, you arrived just in time. I'd prefer not to face our old companion without you. Abner Tharn. According to his letter, the two of you worked together after the plane melt debacle. He even praised you. Didn't think Tharn was capable of such a thing. The old snake said he's bringing a friend along to discuss important business. He didn't elaborate on either subject, just mentioned a threat to Southern Elsewhere. Between Tharn's cryptic letter and Naphalar's strange mood, I'm feeling out of sorts. Talk to Naphalar. Find out what troubles him while I prepare for Tharn. I appreciate you dealing with Naphalar. The dragon senses my unease over Tharn's letter, which only makes his own anxiety more pronounced. Meanwhile, I need to keep myself from thrashing the old battle mage the moment I see him. Abner Tharn is conceited, opinionated, condescending, and a pain in my arse. And those are his good qualities. All that said, I have the utmost respect for the battle mage. When danger appears, we could do worse than to have Abner on our side. Paces, he grumbles. He refuses to speak except in riddles. And he's only gotten worse since Tharn's letter arrived and my own mood soured. We both know something terrible gathers strength in the wilderness. We just don't know what it is. His letter indicated a threat to Southern Elsewhere, but that was the extent of his revelations. I suppose he wants to tell us in person. Prudent, if frustrating. After all, one should never commit certain details to paper. I'm beginning to sense that. I told him about Naphalar and the Dragon Guard. While he still punctuates every sentence with an insult, he seems genuinely concerned. That's different from the man we once adventured with. His letter indicated a threat to Southern Elsewhere.
The bearded one speaks as though I am not perched within striking distance and can hear every syllable he utters. I might find his hubris amusing in a different light, but the light that remains fades as darkness comes. A riddle to those hindered by limited perspectives. A profound truth to one such as I. Something ancient and powerful assaults my senses, but the path ahead is unclear. I sense a darkness. Perhaps an absence of light. It sets my scales on edge. My feeling is my own. It grew from a tickle behind my broken horn when the fool of a battle mage opened the halls of Colossus. Now it swirls like a black storm around me. Quite unpleasant. Perhaps the new arrivals can shed clarity on what is to come.
A portal? Here? See what you can make of it. I've seen Abner Tharn use portals. That does not look like one of his. Be ready for anything, my friend.
Moons, Tarn, how do you stand it? My head pounds like an orc drum.
You get used to it. And that was your best one yet.
Abner Tharn. You arrogant, vexatious son of a bleary-eyed...
Save your posturing, Sai. I missed you too, but we have a bigger problem to deal with.
Five Claw. My head spins from the effort that took. Cadwell made it look so easy. By the moons, though, my heart sings at the sight of you, my friend. I did. Cadwell acquired power over portals after attuning at the Shadow Dance Temple. Tarn suggested I might have the same ability, and he has been helping me. Just between us, he is not the most patient teacher. Lord Gareshri has my kingdom well in hand. We continue to clean up the mess left by the usurper queen, and there are still stray dragons to deal with. But Tarn convinced me that I was needed here. Working with a dragon, what an odd sensation. So Tarn has told me. He has been exchanging letters with Sai Sahan for some time. Do not expect me to turn my back on the creature, but I will respect this alliance. Moons, this must be what a mouse feels like in the presence of a purring Alfiq. I traveled to southern Elsewhere not just to finish this business with the dragons. The Khajiit of Palatine have been on their own for too long. The time has come to welcome them back into the Confederacy. The Elsewhere Confederacy, an alliance between Anequina and Palatine. The various political upheavals and the Nahatan flu have left the Confederacy in shambles. I plan to rectify that. Gareshri insisted I bring an armed escort. He worries so. Marching down from Rimmon, I suppose. Tarn was in a hurry, so he had me practice my portal making. Zamarak and the others will catch up to us, eventually. Five Claw, you just want to hear tales of your exploits, Very well. You and Abner Tarn arrived in northern Elsewhere to help deal with the dragon threat that Tarn unintentionally released upon us. Along the way, we discovered a terrible truth. That Euraxia, the usurper queen, Tarn's half-sister, orchestrated the release of the dragons. We ended her reign, only to learn that the dragons had plans of their own. Calgrontid, leader of the dragons, sought the power hidden in Jode's core. We killed the dragon Mulamnir and flung Calgrontid into the void, but not before he absorbed the core's power. Then I took back my family's throne and accepted the crown of Anequina. As for Calgrontid, you should talk to Tarn.
I see that my instructions were followed to the letter. The champion of Aquina, Sai Sahan, and the dragon Nafalar together in the same place, and I have brought Chimera. We have much to discuss. It concerns Calgrontid. Calgrontid absorbed a good deal of the Corps' power before we stopped him. I hoped he was lost in the void after we dislodged him, but like us, he made his way back to Tamriel. I've been hunting for him ever since. Not just that. I pieced together his ultimate plan. Calgrontid boasted he would become the equal of Akatosh, and your dealings with Ladvolon and the cult of the New Moon suggest they were preparing for an ascension. Isn't it obvious? Calgrontid plans to become a god. There's an island off the coast, Dragonhold. In the Kunzari legends, it was the dragon's seat of power. I can't open a portal to it, I can't even scry it. It's protected by potent magic. You face the cult of the New Moon? The cultists revere Calgrontid. They must have a method for getting to and from the island. I assume their base at the New Moon Fortress holds the answers we seek.
Strange green stone. Does that sound like what you're looking for, Tharn?
Indeed. Since I read about it in your reports, I've wanted to examine it. Chimera, can you...
No more portals, Tarn. Not right now. I have duties other than conveying you around, you know.
Oh, very well. Sai, let's talk. We'll meet our friend at the fortress.
A dragon that wants to be a god? As ridiculous as that sounds, Tharn's reaction tells me that this Calgrontid poses a serious threat not just to southern Elsewhere. He endangers the entire world. We'll meet you at the New Moon Fortress.
I need a few moments to confer with my old companion, Sai Sahan. Privately. We'll meet you at the New Moon Fortress in short order. If you need a reminder about your time there, why don't you seek out this Casca you mentioned? I've traveled from Rolkar to Torval, scouring libraries and harassing moon singers to learn every tale related to Kunzari. Those legends provide our only window into Calgary.
Don't you know that interruptions at nap time cause mange of the fur? You mean other than the cultists that were trying their damnedest to disembowel us? Wait a moment. You're going back there. What in the Two Moons could possibly warrant a return visit to that awful place? Now that you mention it, I did hear a few of those nutters mentioning sending the green stone to an island, and they were certainly sacrificing something on that altar in the amphitheater. I am not a mage. I wouldn't know a portal from a hole in the ground, but that's where they were gathering the green, Aeon stone, I think they called it. If they have a way to move the stone, it must be in the amphitheater. That's where I would look. May the moons protect you on your mission. If you need a helping claw, come find me after my nap. I heard Aelia say something about meeting with the Queen of Anequina, which I take to be some sort of euphemism. As for the captain, he went to collect his special order, a case of plum brandy, the good stuff. Already storing it away, I'd wager.
need to rest, old man. Don't pretend otherwise.
If you...
I expected the New Moon cultists to disperse after the death of Latvulan. I suppose Calgrantid has other ideas. We need to determine how the cultists reached the Dragon's protected island. And according to Tharn, the cult operates both here and on the island. They must have a way to get from here to there. The stockpile of Aeon Stone and this amphitheater are as good a place to start our search as any. That entrance has most likely been sealed in response to what you and she accomplished here. A structure as ancient as this must have other entrances, though. Let's find one and make our way to the amphitheater. Tharn will be fine. He just needs to catch his breath. Which means I get a few blissful moments without listening to his scathing observations. Now let's move quickly. Calgrantid must be dealt with before he can complete his ascension. The fortress is built atop the cliffside, and the river runs along its base. There must be another way into the fortress along the river. I can feel it in my beard. We need to find another way in. Let's follow the river.
Curse the old moon, John and Joe. The sky soon enough.
This looks promising.
You found a way inside, and without my help. Good. You never cease to surprise me, Sai.
What now, old man?
In the past, I considered you nothing more than Varen's muscle, but here you are, leading a new generation of Dragon Guard.
Your point, Tharn?
Just contemplating how some people adapt to change.
Some seek change, others have it forced upon them.
Wisdom from an empty well here in the belly of our enemy. Let's stick to the matter at hand, shall we?
Rakashin revealed the path. Now
work to do on
Cal
my
Gronteed,
island.
here. We must find him. Cal Gronteed!
You shall be the first to behold the rise of the Dark Aeon.
The portal just closed. Tharn, can you open it?
Perhaps, but not by myself. Champion, let's talk. I know Sai was hoping for a confrontation, but I doubt we could have survived an encounter with Cal Gronteed. He looked even more powerful than when we saw him at Jode's core. Now, about that portal. This array of stones forms the portal's focal point. That's Aeon Stone, mined from sites throughout southern Elsewhere. I did a little research after receiving Sai's report. We need to energize the stones to activate the portal to Dragonhold. Aeon Stone has no intrinsic power. It amplifies whatever energy it absorbs. That's the key to activating the portal. If you step close to the stones, I'll siphon a bit of your vitality into them. That should provide power enough to open the portal. As I said, I did some research. Approach each Aeon Stone and I'll siphon a little of your vitality into them. That should provide the energy I need to activate the portal to Dragonhold. You think so? My knowledge is infinitesimal and it irks me. The stone exists only in southern Elsewhere. It absorbs and amplifies energy using a process I can utilize but don't fully understand. The cultists certainly accumulated a lot of it, though. You take great pleasure in forcing me to admit to gaps in my knowledge, don't you? Point taken. Cal Gronteed absorbed a significant amount of energy from Jode's core. With all the stone he had the cultists send to the island, I assume its unique properties factor into his plans in some fashion. Good, good. The Aeon Stones hum with energy. That should allow me to open the portal to Dragonhold. This is harder than I thought. It's open. Our way to the island. Sai, go. Prepare the Dragon Guard.
Go? You can barely stand, old man.
Don't argue with me. Cal Gronteed's plan's near completion, and it will take all of us to stop him. Go!
Damn you, Tharn. I'll leave, but you better not die before I return.
I remember when spells such as this took barely any effort. While Sai rallies the Dragon Guard, our job will be to reach the island and find a way to lower its defenses. Then we can take on Cal Gronteed with our full contingent. We're going to the ancient seat of Cal Gronteed's power to face a dragon that not only possesses the might of Jode's core, but the amplifying abilities of the Aeon Stone. I imagine we'll need to be ready for anything. Your concern is touching, but I'd prefer you save it for someone of lesser stature. Now, as we leap into the maw of near-certain death, we have one advantage. Cal Gronteed doesn't consider us a threat. Let's show him the error of his ways. It appears that the portal deposited us inside an ancient structure. I assume we're somewhere beneath the island of Dragonhold. The architecture reminds me of both the halls of Colossus and the barrows of Skyrim. Interesting. That's an approximate translation of the Ta'agra text, from the secret histories of the Moonsingers. Calgrontiid reigned from here before Kunzari imprisoned him in the halls of Colossus. Some sort of powerful magic isolates this island, an Aegis. We need to find the source of the Aegis and destroy it so Nafalar and the Dragon Guard can join us. We'll never stop Calgrontiid without them. Everything I learned about Calgrontiid came from a few oblique references in the Khajiit myths. Let's see if we can find anything to add to our knowledge while we search for a way to dispel the Aegis. An Aegis is a defensive spell. While the magic used in the Matrix surrounding Dragonhold is unknown to me, it bears some resemblance to spells I've cast in the past. I assume the Aeon Stones serve as a key component in the process, whatever it is. That supposition was simply an educated guess. But yes, I believe that by channeling the energy from Jode's core through this strange Aeon Stone, Calgrontiid can achieve an unprecedented level of power. Will that equal godhood? Who can say? I don't like the way this island is shaking.
The old order will burn, and we shall usher in the...
Tell this one to pray, and he shall pray.
Obviously of Khajiiti origin, old, maybe as ancient as these ruins, perhaps older. I think this depicts one of the forbidden legends. Oh, I can think of any number of reasons for a culture to declare a myth or legend forbidden, though most involve topics too disruptive or dangerous to discuss openly. This particular tale deals with the rise of the new moon. Indeed, anything that hints at changing the status quo poses a danger to those in charge. See the number of moons? The Khajiit acknowledge multiple moons, but they rarely depict any besides Joan and Jode. The third moon is larger than both of them. The figures at the bottom, those must represent the new moon cultists. And see the Aeon Stone, emanating energy that gives rise to the third moon? Yes, I'm certain. This depicts the legend of the Dark Aeon. I came across another one of the secret Moonsinger myths during my research. It predicts the coming of a powerful new moon, the Dark Aeon. I think Calgronteed seeks to make this ancient prognostication a reality. Now, let's find the Aegis. According to the legend, this new moon presages a time of darkness and the birth of a new supreme being. Calgronteed seeks to make the prophecy come true. Damn it. I won't have my legacy tarnished by a mad dragon I inadvertently released. Ah, the confidence of youth. Very well then, let's get on with it. We still... dragon, but it's not Calgronteed.
Continue to feed the ritual sites. Calgronteed demands a throne in the sky. We must accomplish this, or perish.
A throne in the sky? Forget the source of the island's defenses. We need to destroy these ritual sites. Interesting. Let me try something. Power coursing through these stones. It could move a mountain. The ritual sites take precedence over removing the island's defenses. Whatever Calgronteed hopes to gain, it seems only prudent that we put an end to the rituals. Now that I've gotten a closer look, it's clear that the Aeon Stone absorbs and amplifies the life energy the cultists feed into it. I sense a connection to levitation magic. But as for the ultimate purpose... One moment. I want to check one more thing. I sense that I might be able to draw energy from the stones as well. It will return me. Stand back. Let me try. I may regret this later, but I'm going to borrow some of this energy. Let's return to the central chamber and get our bearings.
Dare scurry in this sacred place.
I'll deal with this creature.
You think to challenge me, bug?
So much power!
Even mortal.
That drove it off. Now, to find the source. So much for feeling like my old self again. It took every iota of energy I absorbed from the Aeon Stone, and all I accomplished was to wound the dragon and drive it off. And now, I'm as used up and worthless as an empty water skin. The injured dragon. There's nothing more dangerous, but also totally predictable. It will head to a secure location to mend its wounds. What could be more secure than the source of Dragonhold's defenses? Your observational skills never cease to amaze me. The energy gave me a boost, but it also wreaked havoc with my body. A mortal vessel was never meant to contain such power. Now that it's gone, I'm nearly spent. I'm not sure we stopped the ritual in time. There's a disturbance in the air. Something's about to happen. Come on. Let's find the source of the island's defenses while we still can. The humans and Khajiit could, but not Nafalar. We need that dragon and the bond you share to defeat Calgronteed. As long as the Aegis is in place, Nafalar can't reach Dragonhold. We need to remove it. More cultists. Where do the dragons find these demented Khajiit? Another tapestry. And that's clearly a dragon. This tapestry continues the legend of the Dark Aeon. I suppose it would be more accurate to call it a prophecy. Because the cultists don't believe what we see here happened in the past. They believe the Dark Aeon will arise in the future. The very near future, if Calgronteed has his way. I think the land at the bottom represents this island, Dragonhold. See the vast amounts of Aeon Stone, including the spire at the center? Its energy feeds into the new moon as it rises into the night sky. That's the Dark Aeon. The new moon, the new god that Calgronteed plans to ascend to. But all that energy, that must be the source of Dragonhold's defenses. We have to find this location. We need to hurry and find the wounded dragon. The tremors grow worse with every passing moment, and I fear we're running out of time. We kill it, though I'm hardly fit for another battle. Up there! That's Calgronteed.
That foul scent. I know these worms. You cannot stop me. This island will ascend, and I shall become the Dark
Trespassers, you will not destroy the Aegis.
Protect me while I try to destroy the Aegis. Duramar may be wounded, but he's still a dragon.
And cinders!
Keep the dragon distracted. The Aegis is stronger than I thought. Just a little longer. I'm nearly finished with the Aegis.
Trespassers, you will not destroy the Aegis. to ash and cinders!
Keep the dragon distracted. The Aegis is stronger than I thought. Just a little longer. I'm nearly finished with the Aegis.
Trespassers, you will not destroy the Aegis! Deeds or die!
Just a little longer. I'm nearly finished with the Aegis.
Trespassers, you will not destroy the Aegis! Deeds or die!
Just a little longer. I'm nearly finished with the Aegis.
Trespassers, you will not destroy the Aegis! Deeds or die! Ash and cinders!
Keep the dragon distracted. The Aegis is stronger than I thought. I may have dealt with the island's defenses, but whatever Cal Gronteed is doing is getting stronger. Dragon's bones were up in the sky. These ruins won't stand much more of this. We need to get out of here. A dead end. There's no choice. I'll open a portal to the mainland. Hurry! It will take the last of my remaining strength to hold this open. Find Chimera and Sai Sahan. Prepare the Dragon Guard to attack. I'll be ready when you return.
Over here. I told you I sensed Tarn's magic.
Then where is... Why, the sacred sons of Yokuda? Up, in the sky!
How did the Dragon's Island get into the sky? And where is Tarn? Five Claw, tell me what is happening. The prophecy of the Dark Aeon and the New Moon. I should have seen it sooner. But what of Tarn? Where is he? Then we must return to the Dragon Guard Sanctum and rally our forces. Even if Tarn managed to overcome the island's defenses, reaching an island in the sky could pose a significant problem. I must ponder the possibilities. I do not want to imagine Tarn alone on that island. Claw, I fear time is running out for all of us. That is more of a question for Sai Sahan. But ready or not, they are all we have. Let us return to the Dragon Guard Sanctum and figure out how to reach the floating island. Tarn's magic. It has a specific scent.
The island is floating, Dragon. I saw it with my own eyes.
Cal Gronteed seeks to fulfill the prophecy. I must keep the lesser dragons from attending him on Dragonhold.
Hey! Ah, there goes our ride.
What do we do now? How are we going to get to Dragonhold?
I could try to open a portal, but without Tarn's guidance, I do not even know how to begin.
The dragon has no sense of propriety, flying off without so much as a buy or leave. Without him or Tharn, we'll need to devise our own method for reaching Dragonhold. But by the Sword of Saints, I have no idea what that might be. And we'll find that way, somehow. For now, rest. Prepare yourself. And take this for your efforts. Remember, you confirmed Calgronteed's plan and removed Dragonhold's protection. We're one step closer to ending this, my friend. I refuse to be stymied by a hovering landmass. The floating island may be part of Calgronteed's plan, but it could also mean he wanted privacy for his final push toward ascension. Either way, we need to find a way to get up there. I considered that option, but without a mage of Abner Tharn's abilities and experience, we have no way to activate the Aeon Stones. No, we'll need to come up with a different solution. As far as I know, this is the first time the Dragon Guard has faced this particular obstacle. We need to find a way to get up to that island, and we need to do so quickly. Talk to Queen Chimera.